What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the markets. We're going to see if it's possible that we're coming back, or are we still in a overall downtrend. So as always, we always start with the SPY. That's the overall market. And then if you look at the charts, it looks like we're almost getting back into this uptrending channel that we've been trading in, for a long time here. We dropped way below it, and now we're starting to come back. There's momentum on our side with the MACD, right? The MACD is looking strong. The last time there was a major push up, we eventually came back down because it was a weaker movement. We're seeing some strength. We're still in the overall uptrend. The RSI is moving up. So everything looks like we're getting back into this trading channel. So the SPY looks like it's good right now, at least. The Russell is coming back up as well. These are the smaller market cap stocks. We're in this overall trending channel sideways. It looks like we're trying to get back into it. It does have a ways to go, but traditionally the Russell will move before the SPY does, right? So if there's a downward movement, it'll move down first, and then it will be later to come back up when the SPY is already up. So just because this did drop so much further down, it looks like we're trying to get back into that channel, but it does look like momentum is in our favor. The next thing that we want to look at always is the VIX. So traditionally, as long as the VIX is below 20, that's considered a stable market, right? You'll see like these big spikes up. Every time we see these big spikes up in volatility, the stock market will either move up or move down. So right now we're looking like if you look overall, we go sideways. It looks like we're just at this point. Right, as of the time of this recording, it's actually like $20 on the dot. So we have downward movement, strong downward movement. The RSI is moving down. So it's not really too hard to believe that we're going to start trading under this $20 mark, which would kind of signify a stable market. So another thing is we got to look at the big tech stocks, right? The big cap stocks, how they fared. Now that earnings season is pretty much over, we know where all the big guys ended up. We know what happened to them in the last quarter and the last year. There's less speculation in the market because the numbers have been released. We gave guidance. So all of this information is already out there. There's no more secrets. We know what the big guys are going to do. We know how they did. So the market likes stability. Apple showed good earnings, right? They popped up. Amazon, they had great earnings as well. They're getting back into this sideways channel. We're going to look at Facebook. Facebook did not have good earnings. They did not have good guidance. And because of that, the stock had pretty much dropped. Today they're up, but overall, Facebook didn't do well. Google had good earnings. They came up, and then with this giant gap up, it's to be expected that we're going to have a bit of a pullback. So we've already had that pullback. That doesn't mean we can't continue upward, but we did have a pullback off the initial jump up. Microsoft, another huge company, they had good earnings, and it looks like they're slowly moving upwards, right? We were down here around 289. We're currently at 309, so Microsoft is moving up. The other thing that we have to look at, so we looked at the overall indexes, right? The SPY, the Russell. We looked at the big tech stocks, right? Your Apples, Amazons. Now, what's the next thing we're going to look at? We're going to look at some of the spec trades, right? Let's look at AMC for a second here. AMC is popping upwards again, right? Now, it doesn't mean it couldn't fall down lower. You haven't seen as big of a move as we would like, but there also hasn't been that much time. But what this signifies to me anyway is that since the overall market's moving up, we are now having more retail traders coming back into the market. AMC is traditionally a retail stock. You're not going to have big institutions and big funds buying AMC. This is wealthier individuals and, so to speak, robinhood traders. So if interest is coming back into AMC, that leads me to believe that the retail market is starting to come back. If you want to look at another good indication is Tesla. Although it's a big company, it is traditionally a retail stock. I mean, retail traders love Tesla. So from what we can see here, it's been kind of in this sideways, kind of downward trending channel, but we had a lot of capitulation, a lot of trading sideways, Now we're looking at the MACD is starting to curl upwards. The RSI is starting to move upwards. And it looks like we kind of have a nice little support level here, right? So it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to see Tesla start to move up, which again signifies the retailers are coming back into it. What's another market that we could look at to get an overall feel of how the market is? The crypto market, perhaps? So let's look at the crypto market. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, one of the most popular cryptos, and it kind of leads the overall crypto market. So if you're looking back, as of January 22nd, we've been in an upward movement, right? We broke our downtrending channel. That's not to say that this is going to take us back to all-time highs of, 67, 70,000, whatever up here you kind of look to as the all-time high. That doesn't mean that we're going to get there right away. We're not going to go straight up. And we've also seen it before too, right? Where you make it pop up and then you come back down. So that's not saying that Bitcoin's going to continue upward, but it does look like this is a strong move, right? The RSI is looking good. The MACD is nice and stable with an overall uptrend. We did have this gap up here. Gaps could be filled on the way down as well, but it looks like we've had some days since that big gap up. So Bitcoin is one that I'm looking at. Ethereum, very similar to Bitcoin. The chart looks very similar, right? Came up, had a nice big gap up, and we're continuing upwards movement. Now, in the other vein, similar to what AMC or Tesla, let's look at Dogecoin. So Dogecoin, you're gonna see bigger pumps, but it's not as stable as an Ethereum or Bitcoin. So in this case, it looks like we have a level of support down here around 13 cents, and we're moving upwards. The MACD is moving up. The RSI is moving up. It's not as strong, and it's not as big of a movement upwards as Ethereum or Bitcoin. So I don't see the momentum as much with Dogecoin, which could mean that retail is either in smaller cap altcoins, or perhaps they're putting all their money into Bitcoin and Ethereum as kind of a hedge against inflation, because those two are bigger in the space and they're considered more stable. So those are just all the different things that I'm looking at. It could be a dead cat bounce. We don't know. We won't know. But this is just what I'm looking at. So let's just keep this in mind. We will continue to monitor the markets and hope that we are back into an upward trending channel. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what stocks or cryptos you guys are looking at. If you could, like and subscribe if this video gave you any sort of good information. And I will... again, not financial advice, just financial opinion. So whatever you're looking at the markets, give it your own look over. Do your own due diligence before you buy anything that I mentioned. And I'll see you guys in the next one.